Last night they said they ain't gonna move the buildings because they scared that they're gonna break somebody's bones.
Miss Connolly's fifth grade class is trying to make sense of a national tragedy.
A police officer had to get his leg amputated to get from under the rubble.
Like many schools across the country, Brown Street Academy in Milwaukee is letting its children ask questions and addressing their fears.
800 people did not die at the Pentagon. Not even close.
But while the teachers encouraged their children to talk, these fifth graders had something else in mind, something bigger.
I had two fifth graders to come to my office, and they knocked on my door and said, Mrs. Robinson, we would like to come in and talk with you. Well, at the time I was holding a meeting, so I said, sure, come in. And they looked over at me and they said, Mrs. Robinson, we're hearing about this, but we're sitting here, we're doing nothing. What are we going to do? There's something that we can do.
Principal Linda Robinson was surprised by what she heard.
Looks good. I like that. Let's work together.
90% of the children here come from low-income families. But these children felt there were people who needed money more than they did. People who needed their help.
This old man came rolling home. They said to me, Mrs. Robinson, every person at least has pennies. We can at least give pennies. And we want to make it a drive where we can at least donate something to them.
Led by the fifth graders, the children of Brown Street Academy are holding a penny and clothing drive to help the victims of the plane crashes. They also came up with the idea of asking the Salvation Army to help them distribute what they collect. Linda Robinson says the drive has galvanized the school.
Students were coming off the bus. Miss Robinson, I have my pennies. Do you have yours? They were so energetic. I saw students getting off and they had their hands up and they were saying, we make a difference.
The children's idea has turned grief into pride.
It's changed conversations on the playground. Even in the hallways, conversations have changed. Students are now talking about what's happening in the news. They are reacting positively to this tragedy.
Brown Street Academy, one small ray of light in a dark time. Kathy Slebogan, CNN.